Welcome to another Telltale Books video. I'm Greg, and I'm going to be continuing my Jules Verne series in this video. The first story I was able to talk about was a play called An Excursion at Sea. That's the earliest Jules Verne work that I can find in translation. There were two before that, but those haven't been translated. And then after that, there are 7 plays that, to the best of my knowledge, have not been translated yet. Yeah, you can find them in French, but I don't read French, so I can't include them in this series. I gotta limit myself to just English translations. So the next one that I can read and do a review of is a play that was first performed in 1850 called the Guimard. And on my listing of Jules Verne works, this is the 11th published work of his. And I read it in this book published by Bear Manor Books and the North American Jules Verne Society, its first English translation. There's 3 plays in this book, one of which being the Guimard. And the other 2 are An Excursion at Sea and The 1002nd Night. And this is a brand new book. I bought this brand new off the Bear Manor Media website. Excellent book, very nicely done, beautiful illustrations, well researched, well worth. If you're a Jules Verne diehard fan, it's well worth the money. So the Guimard, like I say, it's a play, so the usual problem with plays that when you're reading them, it's not quite the same as seeing them on stage. There's things that you don't get in the text that are put on stage. But as far as I know, nobody is staging any of Jules Verne's plays, so this is the only way to do it. And the Guimard is a subject that's interesting to me because it's about the French artist David. The real artist's name is Jacques-Louis David, who was instrumental in being part of the French Revolution and all the events that occurred after that. He started his artistic career as a student, I believe, of Fragonard, and painted some very, very important paintings. First was a painter to the king, but then after got involved in the revolution, and he was on the correct side in the revolution to be able to survive the whole thing, and painted a lot of great neoclassical paintings. One of the paintings that he painted before the revolution was a portrait of Mademoiselle Guimard. And this play, although names are changed a little bit, and it is a fictionalized account. David painted the painting, but the events of the play, as far as I know, are just fiction. The creations of Jules Verne's imagination. So David paints Mademoiselle Guimard's portrait, and Guimard is in love with David and wants them to be lovers, but David is in love with this other woman. So Mademoiselle Guimard basically orchestrates something that gets that woman sent off to where she was unavailable to David, so that she could have him for himself, and she could get him to see her differently. It's a comedy. I'm not making it sound very funny, but it's light, it's enjoyable. This is nothing great, but it is an enjoyable comedic play. and has some interesting situations that go on. You know, your usual comedic misunderstandings and machinations going on where I could see that if this play was actually staged with actors and set and everything, that it would be an enjoyable play. But once again, I don't consider this a major work. I don't see it as a top tale. I think the only people who would really be interested in this play would be diehard fans of Jules Verne, and or people who have an interest in the painter Jacques-Louis David. So, probably not going to find many people who have this book and have read this play, but if you've read the Guimard, leave your comments in the comments section. Moving forward, I'm going to run into the same problem. The next play that he did was titled When Love Dines. That's not available to me in translation. So then I have to move on to The 1002nd Night, which is in this book. And so I'll be wrapping up this book soon with the reading of The 1002nd Night. So come on back and see that and all the other Jules Verne and all the other authors and stories I'm going to be doing here on Telltale Books. Till then, be sure to hit the like button, be sure to hit the subscribe button.